So what does this set say now? It says Fahmir, a student of CARA Malagan University, is very punctual and regularly skipped classes scheduled for his batch. I'm sorry, unpunctual, not punctual. The classes for the batch are scheduled on 4 days of the week, that is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. There could be 2, 3, or 4 classes scheduled on a day. The 2 days when 4 classes are scheduled are Tuesday and Thursday, while the days when 2 and 3 classes are scheduled are Monday and Wednesday, respectively. So on Monday, 2 classes, on Wednesday, 3 classes, on Tuesday, Thursday, 4 classes. The classes are scheduled at 8, 11, 2, and 5. On the days when 4 classes are scheduled, when no class is scheduled at 5 p.m., these are the days when 3 classes are scheduled, and no classes are scheduled at 2 or 5 when 2 classes are scheduled. So this is the original data. After that, the following information is known about the classes scheduled for Fahmi's batch and the classes attended by him in a week. So some more informations are given. So what I have done, I have written all this information on the next page. So of course, the first information would be in a smaller font because I had to write it on the single page. So what am I going to do here? First of all, I know that on Monday there were only 2 classes. So there were no classes at 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. On Wednesday there were 3 classes. So no classes at 5 p.m. On the other 2 days we had 4 classes each. So on Tuesday and Thursday there would be 4 classes. That means on all 4 slots. Next, what about the next thing? He says Fahmir attended 2 classes for every time slot, and these classes were not scheduled on successive days. So he had 2 classes at 8 slot, 2 classes at 11 slot, 2 classes at 2 o'clock slot, and 2 classes at 5 o'clock slot. And these classes were not scheduled on successive days. So at 5 o'clock, can I say the only 2 slots are available on Tuesday, Thursday? And he must be having 2 classes at 5 p.m. So therefore, he must have attended the class here. He must have attended the class here. F means Fahmir attended the class at this time. Similarly, or at the time slot of 2, he attended 2 classes, right? And those 2 cannot be consecutive. So if there are these 3 slots and we should be having 2 classes and not consecutive ones, the only possibility is that he attended a class over here, he attended a class over here, and he did not attend a class here. Because had he attended here, they would have been consecutive. So therefore, this is not a possibility. Let's move on. Fahmir skipped at least 1 class on each of the 4 days. Fahmir did not attend classes on 3 consecutive time slots on any of the days. On any of the days, he did not attend classes on consecutive time slots. That means on Tuesday, he has already attended a class at 2 and 5. So he cannot attend a class at 11. Otherwise, there would be 3 consecutive time slots. Similarly, on Thursday, he has already attended a class at 2 and 5. He cannot attend a class at 11. Otherwise, again, they would be consecutive. And therefore, he has to attend 2 classes at 11 o'clock. So he must be attending a class on Monday and he must be attending a class on Wednesday. Apart from that, he said Fahmir skipped at least 1 class on every day. Every day he skipped at least 1 class. On Monday, there were only 2 classes. He has to skip at least 1. That class has to be the class at 8 o'clock because he has to skip at least 1. So that must be skipped. Out of the remaining 3, he has to attend 2 and no 2. Those 2 cannot be consecutive. Again, the only possibility is he attended a class here, attended a class here, because had he attended a class on Wednesday, again, there would have been 2 consecutive days on which he would have had a class at the same time slot, whereas it was written the classes are not scheduled on successive days. That was not a possibility. So we get the final table. That was a pretty easy set. I think the easiest of this section. Each one of you must have attempted this set. Look at the questions one by one. On which day did Fahmir skip the maximum number of classes? I made the table here. How many classes did he skip? He skipped a class here, he skipped a class here, he skipped 2 classes here, he skipped a class here. So I can say on Wednesday he has skipped the maximum number of classes, that is 2. So our answer for this question is Wednesday. On how many of the 4 days did Fahmir attend exactly 2 classes? So on Monday he attended 1 class, on Tuesday he attended 3, on Wednesday he attended 1, on Thursday he attended 3. So there are no days at which he would have attended exactly 2 classes. So the answer should be 0. There are 0 days at which he attended exactly 2 classes. In which time slot of Wednesday did Fahmir attend the class? So on Wednesday, you would see that he attended a class only at 11. So therefore, my answer for this question is 11 a.m. Moreover, if you would have seen this question beforehand, you would have got an idea that this question is telling that on Wednesday, he attended only 1 class. And finally, in which time slot did Fahmi skip the class on Tuesday? So he skipped only 1 class on Tuesday, and that is again at 11 o'clock. So by this also I can say that I could have got a hint that on Tuesday he skipped the class on only 1 day. That means he attended the class on the other 3 days. So the answer for this question is 11. So that was this was the last set of this mock, and I would say this was the pretty easy set. All of you should have attempted this set.